Hello from Walt Disney World. So I am here at Magic Kingdom today for a theme park challenge. Haven't done one of these in quite a little while. Well, I'm calling it a challenge, but in reality, this is going to be a multi-park, 4-park hopping experience, which I have not done in a very long time for one particular reason. That's not incredibly interesting or exciting, but I think it's gonna be cool. So what my plan is, I just parked here in the parking lots. It seems like a pretty busy day today. What I wanna do is I wanna go to all 4 Walt Disney World parks, starting with Magic Kingdom and then off to Epcot and then Hollywood Studios, and then ending the day over at Animal Kingdom. I want to go get a park map. So for the 50th anniversary, Disney came out with new park maps that show all of the different park icons illuminated as beacons of magic, and I want to get all the maps. So I'm going to go to each park and I'm going to ride at least one ride and get a map, and then go to the next park.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving, and supervise your children.
Once you reach the ticketed transportation center, you'll still be about a mile and a half away from the main entrance of the park. The only way to get inside is the highway in the Sky Monorail or the ferry boat across the 7 Seas Lagoon.
Okay, there goes the tram that I was just on. I've just made it through security, and I'm heading over to the monorail to take this over to Magic Kingdom. So after going to Magic Kingdom, I'll be coming back to the transportation and ticket center and taking the Epcot monorail over to Epcot, and I believe, potentially, I'll be taking the Skyliner from Epcot over to Hollywood Studios, and then a bus over to Animal Kingdom. Passing through the Contemporary right now, which looks like it's pretty much done with its refurbishments. I don't see the tarps up anymore in here. Okay, so we're pulling up to the station here at Magic Kingdom at the front entrance. It doesn't really look that busy right now, which is good. Alright, so I'm inside the park right now. I just scanned in my ticket, and I'm going to be grabbing the map, I think, on the way out of the park. So I'm going to head back to the ride that I want to do here right now. Alright, walking into the park, there's the Princess Cavalcade coming down the middle of Main Street, USA. They're all in their winter wear because it is in the 50s today. It was very cold last week, and then it was warm for a couple days, and now it's cold again. Alright, so after checking out the tip board, I believe I'm heading back to Fantasyland to potentially ride the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Actually, I think I'm heading to Frontierland to do Big Thunder Mountain. After checking out the tip board on the My Disney Experience app, it seems like that might be the better alternative. Okay, so the tip board is the section of the My Disney Experience app where all of the Lightning Lane return times and then the standby wait times are posted for all of the attractions at Magic Kingdom or any park. You can change the park up here at the top right there, and you can justify whether or not Genie Plus is going to be worth it for that particular day or the individual Lightning Lane attractions. So the tip board is the most important aspect of My Disney Experience now. Alright, heading through Adventureland over to Frontierland all the way back to Big Thunder Mountain. I also want to go back up here so I can see the progress of Splash Mountain. Also, it is definitely well past lunchtime and I am quite hungry, so I may stop for a potential snack here. Okay, so I've made it to Frontierland and I can see what they're doing over here on Splash Mountain. It's quite a lot, isn't it? You can see that the flume is drained right there, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of scaffolding going on right over here for Splash Mountain. Sounds like another cavalcade is coming. Isn't it so cool to see it drained like this? Now this is allegedly only for the annual refurbishment of Splash Mountain. This does not have anything to do with the Princess and the Frog overlay that is going to be happening at some point. Still no official timeline with that, but hopefully this reopens soon. It's scheduled to very soon, I'm pretty positive. I may have made the wrong decision because look at this line for Big Thunder Mountain way over here. That is very long. Okay, so I think I potentially changed my mind. I think I'm gonna head back over to Tomorrowland and ride a ride over there because this is pretty lengthy. So I think I'm going to commit to potentially maybe the Tomorrowland Speedway or Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, or maybe the People Mover. So it is starting to rain a little bit, but they're still running rafts over to Tom Sawyer Island as well as the riverboat and the other outdoor attractions. So hopefully that's a good sign. It would be pretty cool to do Tomorrowland Speedway, so I think I'm going to mentally commit to that because I feel like that's the one that I've done the least recently. This is the line for Haunted Mansion all the way out here. I'm here on a Saturday right now, which is arguably one of the busier days at Magic Kingdom. Also Monday is very busy. I've made so many mental observations about the days of the week and the times of day that are the more ideal for what parks and even what attractions to do at certain times of day. I think I really need to start up a podcast or a live stream to talk about these things. As to be expected, it's pretty intense here in between Peter Pan's flights and It's a Small World. And again, it is a Saturday right now, but I feel like this area is always just a little bit too much. Okay, still heading to Tomorrowland. It's taking a little bit of time to navigate, just not even Fantasyland, just Magic Kingdom in general. This always is definitely the most involved in terms of the park to get into and then out of. Passing by the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which is also a 45-minute wait. That's what Big Thunder Mountain was as well, but I'm hoping that one of the rides over here is better. Okay, so I've made it over to the Tomorrowland Speedway, which I can't tell what the line looks like from here. I can tell that the weather looks a little foreboding off in the distance. Okay, literally there is pretty much no line whatsoever for Speedway, so I am hopping in line for this as my attraction for Magic Kingdom. This might be the quickest that I've ever waited for this particular ride, just due to the capacity of it. I'm a little bit surprised, but I'm very, very pleased. Okay, here I am in my little car. This is my attraction for Magic Kingdom, which again, it was honestly perfectly timed. It seems like every other ride in the park is a 45-minute wait or more. It will be pretty exciting to see Tron from this perspective. I don't really know if much is incredibly different about it, but they are seemingly starting to enclose the canopy over here. I'm really excited to see what they're doing on the ground, which is hard to see from the people mover up there in terms of the walkable path and then the train station train track. I don't think that they're going to be really altering the Tomorrowland Speedway after this opens. I would have hoped that they could have re-extended it in terms of the length of the track, but it doesn't really seem like they're going to, because Tron is literally right there. It is right next to the track for Tomorrowland Speedway. Now, if they rethemed it, that could be pretty cool. If they made it just a little bit more futuristic and in terms of like a new theme for just Tomorrowland in general. Alright, so I've spent a lot of time in Magic Kingdom, a little bit more than I wanted to. I still have plenty of time to complete my challenge today, so I'm going to head over to the front of the park to grab a map, and then hop on the monorail back to the Transportation and Ticket Center. The only thing that I'm actually just a little bit worried about are the batteries for my camera. I brought tons of them today, but they seem to be kind of dying a little bit easily. It should still be fine though, so I'm not too worried about it. Worst case, I could just switch over to my phone like I have been recently. Can you hear me? It is so loud, but I love it. I love Tomorrowland Speedway so much. The smell, but it's fun. The record map should be available throughout the entire park at the various gift shops. If you go inside of a gift shop, it should have a park map, but I want to go to the front of the park to get mine. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin is posting almost an hour waits over there, so it's probably not a bad idea to start heading towards the front of the park. Okay, so I just put in a mobile order for Casey's Corner because I have not been there in a while, and I am in the mood for some corn dog nuggets and some chili cheese fries. So once I eat at Casey's Corner, I'll head over to the monorail, which I am probably the most excited about that because I'm going to finally be able to take the monorail over to Epcot and just see what the construction looks like from an aerial monorail perspective. And here I am inside Casey's Corner to pick up my corn dog nuggets and chili cheese dog. We have a few other fun options for the 50th anniversary, which I'll have to come back with Brennan and try at some point. It sounds really cool. Alright, so I have my food outside of Casey's Corner. There's the Casey's Corner pianist serenading everybody. These are my corn dog nuggets and my fries, which I added chili and cheese to. I'm going to go ahead and eat this and then head towards the front of the park for my park map. Alright, all done at Casey's Corner. Now I'm heading back down Main Street, probably inside the Emporium to grab my map. Well, never mind. I came inside the Emporium and it is incredibly busy in here. I think they would keep the park maps behind the cashier up by the counter, but it's so busy I can't even get up to the counter. Okay, so I'm just going to head up to the very front, the actual front of Magic Kingdom, where the park maps will be on the other side of the train station, right up here. Okay, so here comes another cavalcade. Like I said, there's Pluto and Goofy and Minnie, and then it looks like Donald and Daisy and Mickey Mouse way over there coming down Main Street, and then way over here at the train station are the friends from the 100 Acre Wood. I'm heading out to get my map. It is so loud. Okay, it's a little bit less loud, but very backlit. But right here is my Magic Kingdom park map. There is Cinderella Castle right there, illuminated as a beacon of magic. There it is. One park down, 3 to go. Okay, so I've left Magic Kingdom officially now, heading over to the Express Monorail station right here to take this over to the Transportation and Ticket Center. All right, we get back to the Transportation and Ticket Center, and luckily the Epcot monorail is literally right next to this station, so I should be able to just walk right over there and hop on that whenever it shows up. Okay, so I just got off of the monorail here, and literally, like I said, this is the station for the Epcot monorail, which I have not done, or I haven't utilized this route in a very long time. I'm very excited to see it. And right as the monorail that I just got off of the parks, the one for Epcot, is arriving right now. There it is. It should only take about 10 or so minutes to make it over there. Okay, so we're passing the Toll Plaza entrance into Magic Kingdom. Right now on our way over to Epcot. About halfway there right now. Okay, so here we are, soaring above the Epcot parking lots over to the station over there to go all the way into the World Showcase. The amount of times that I've watched this monorail go by, so I get my camera around there. I'm excited to, at some point, ride it again just to see this particular perspective. It's right behind us right now. The Xandar spaceship was erected for Cosmic Rewind. Can't really show it right now because there's a lot of people in here, but I will show it once I get off the monorail. It is not very easy to see what they are doing over there behind the wall next to the creation shop. But there are a lot of construction trucks over there. It doesn't really look like much has changed in terms of just what's being created. But I'm sure that they're working on foundations for whatever they're doing over here. At this point now, it's a little bit easier to see over here. This is pretty cool. Looks like they're a very far time frame away from completing this. I don't know if they're going to be doing that 3-level pavilion. There's the excursion section down there for Festival of the Arts. I believe over here is where they're going to be doing the Moana Journey of Water experience. So there is some little construction progress over here now, so that's pretty cool. That's good. Wow, just to see it like this now compared to what it used to be, seeing all the way over to the creation shop. That is pretty cool. Alright, we're pulling into the station right now. It's a pretty pleasant, pretty quick trip from the Transportation and Ticket Center over to Epcot from Magic Kingdom. Alright, so here I am at the Epcot monorail station heading inside the park after this incredibly unnecessarily long and winding ramp down to the bottom level to head into the park. It is after 2 o'clock, so park hopping is available now, so that's good. Alright, so I just came down the ramp right back over there, and if you are coming from the Transportation and Ticket Center to Epcot, you don't have to go through security again here at Epcot because you went through it over at the TTC, so that's pretty helpful. But I'm heading into the park now to maybe do Spaceship Earth, but then also maybe the Grand Fiesta Tour. Okay, actually, I might regret this. What I'm going to do, the ride that I'm going to do is Mission Space. I'm heading over to Mission Space. I'm not going to be doing the orange track, but I am going to be doing a ride that I have not done in years, probably. Right now it has one of the lowest wait times. It's only about 15 minutes, which should be for the green version. I'm pretty positive, the Earth version as opposed to the Mars version. But mostly I wanted to come this way so I could see the progress of this. Right over here, the Xandarian spaceship at the entrance of Cosmic Rewind. That looks so incredibly cool. It's super overcast today, so it's a little bit hard to make out just how vibrant it is. It's a massive yellow spaceship there. That looks so impressive, and it looks even cooler from the monorail. So hopefully maybe myself and Brittany can come back and we can ride the monorail again. Hopefully to Epcot, because she hasn't done it in a little while either. I'm actually super tempted to go to Test Track to potentially do single rider over at Test Track, but I haven't done this in so long. I have to do this at some point every once in a while. I have to come back and do the orange side of this with Brennan at some points. There's a huge group going inside. Okay, I hope they're doing not my side. Okay, so the green mission, the Earth mission is 5 minutes, and then the orange mission, the Mars mission is 15 minutes right now. So I'm gonna do the green one. Gotta work my way up to the orange mission at some point, right? I do not even know the last time I was in this queue for Mission Space. I've never gone on the other side of Mission Space, obviously, so I wonder if they're the same or different, but this is the less intense non-spinning side. Okay, that was the orange side. See, it just shows how much or how little I know about this ride, just in general, but I am pretty much there right now. Should be in the next group.
Now, you've already been organized into teams, and soon each of you will be assigned a position. Navigator, pilot, commander, or engineer.
Okay, here I go. Mission Space. I'm going to be the navigator in my little here. This is exciting. It's like super cramped. Right now, I have to hold my camera literally in front of my face. But while we're waiting, we can press the buttons.
Good luck, team. All of us here at Mission Control wish you a safe journey around the planet. Your flight path today is taking you across the United States, past the Grand Canyon, and leaving the continent at San Francisco.
That's pretty fun. Not that bad.
We lost autopilot.
We're shaking around quite a lot.
Control.
though.
Hands on the control sticks.
I'm trying. I'm nervous. Okay.
Right.
This is intense.
Left.
This is hard to see. I'm
Back
sorry.
to center. Hold it steady.
I'm holding it steady. I'm gonna land.
They're coming in too hot.
No!
Pull back.
Ah! We do it. We safe and sound. I hope. Okay, I feel pretty proud of myself. I just rode Mission Space for the first time, and I have no idea how long, and it was fun. Wow, it's been a while since I've been even in the exit for this ride. I barely remember any of this, but I'm heading out now to make my way back to the Skyliner. Wow, so it looks like while I was in there, it rained outside, so that was pretty convenient. But now I'm heading over to, I guess, past Test Track, and then into the World Showcase over to France. So it does look like Single Rider is open and available here, but I'm very, very glad that I did Mission Space. For a while, Mission Space had the same experience for both orange and green. They were both the Mars mission, if I'm not mistaken, and they relatively recently introduced the Moon mission, where you just go around Earth, and it's definitely fun. I don't think that I've ever done that before. That's where I was, just right up there, and I'm heading all the way back to, I said France, but the International Gateway over there. I thought about going the long way around the World Showcase, but weather's approaching, so I should probably head back over there. Definitely the priority right now is to make it back to the Skyliner to take that over to Hollywood Studios before they would close it for impending potential inclement weather. Also, I need to remember to grab a park map when I make it over to the International Gateway, because it is an entrance into the park, and there's also a gift shop over there too. Okay, so that's where I just came from. This is the direction that you'd continue into the World Showcase, and then the International Gateway, which takes you to the Epcot Resorts, is right down over here, which leads to the Skyliner. Okay, so this is the actual entry into Epcot from the International Gateway, and right over here is my Epcot map. So there it is, Spaceship Earth as a beacon of magic right there. But I'm heading right over there to the Skyliner station, presuming that they are still letting people board the little gondolas. Okay, so it looks like people are boarding the gondolas, which is definitely a good sign. Gonna take this over to the Caribbean Beach Resort and then over to Hollywood Studios to ride some sort of a ride. I'm thinking like maybe Alien Swirling Saucers or Toy Story Mania, potentially something in Toy Story Land. But I don't know, we'll see. Also, I'm keeping my maps tucked away right here inside my jacket. It's a little bit of a line here, waiting for the Skyliner, but it's definitely not too terrible. Should only be a few minutes, but I will probably definitely not get a gondola myself.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Epcot International Gateway. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort with a final stop at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
All right, and I made it to the Caribbean Beach transfer station here, heading straight over to this line to get over to Hollywood Studios. That was a fun little ride. I rode with a really nice little family, but it's obviously not very, well, it's a little bit awkward to just record with one other family in the gondola, but here I am, right? All right, I got my own gondola. Hooray, over to Hollywood Studios. This is so much better than just the awkwardness and insensitivity of trying to record in a tiny little gondola with another family. Cool, so I have about 2 hours until I need to complete my challenge. So I specifically wanted to end at Animal Kingdom because I wanted to go through the parks in the chronological time that they opened. So I wanted to go from Magic Kingdom to Epcot to Hollywood Studios to Animal Kingdom in that order. So that's why I'm ending at Animal Kingdom, which closes in 2 hours. So I need to do a ride here at Hollywood Studios that's relatively quick. I'm also in a non-wrapped gondola right now, which is absolutely superior to a wrapped gondola. The wrapped gondolas are fun from the outside, but from the inside, they definitely really inhibit just the view. So after I go inside Hollywood Studios to ride a ride, I'm thinking either potentially single rider for Rock and Roller Coaster, maybe, or maybe Alien Swirling Saucers. But then I'll be coming right back here to the bus loop to take that over to Animal Kingdom. So I'm gonna grab my park map on the way out of the park after riding my ride here, and then by that time it'll probably be dark too. It's been a very rainy and overcast day, which honestly I have not hated. It's actually been really pleasant. Slightly cold, but definitely not frigid like it has been. I'm not sure if the single rider option has returned for Rock and Roller Coaster, so I'm going to head over there first because I would love to do that. But if they don't have a single rider, then I'll head over to Alien Swirling Saucers or Toy Story Mania, actually. And here I am heading inside Disney's Hollywood Studios. The lights have come on for the evening, and it's beautiful. I'm so glad that the weather held out as long as it did. It's supposed to rain a lot tomorrow, I know. Okay, so like I said, heading all the way back to Sunset Boulevard to Rock and Roller Coaster, which I wanted to do with Brennan's family last week, but we ended up having such a long day that we decided to opt out of it, but maybe I can ride it today as a single rider. Hopefully there's a single rider line. I would really appreciate that because I do definitely not have the time to do just the regular standby for Rock and Roller Coaster, given the amount of time that I have left and the amount of time that it's probably going to take to get to Animal Kingdom and then go inside the park and then ride one of the rides over there to complete my challenge today. Top Terror is only posting a 30-minute wait, but given that I literally just rode it last week, I'd like to try to do something a little bit different. Honestly, even if single rider is open, I'd be a little bit hesitant to commit to it, just due to the fact that it doesn't really have an accurate wait time estimate. It's just whatever you end up waiting. Okay, so it is open. I'm going to walk in and just see what it ends up looking like. This is a very long line for the regular line. It depends how long it is for single rider. I feel like I've done this enough times as a single rider to know what sort of an estimate I'd be looking at. Okay, this is a little bit lengthy right now, but I think it's manageable, and by the time that I walked to a different ride, I would have been waiting in this for a lengthy amount of time, so I'm going to commit. Okay, so I actually decided to go ahead and back out of doing the single rider, even though it was open, but that was a very long line, and I have waited an incredibly long time for this, and I really just need to manage my time well to get over to Animal Kingdom. So I'm heading back to Toy Story Land to either do Toy Story Mania or the other one, Alien Swirling Saucers, just due to the time crunch that I have. Honestly, I would absolutely consider Runaway Railway right now because this is not a bad line whatsoever. Oh, there's the end of the show for Indiana Jones, but I need to do a ride where I can see the line, where I can assess if I'm going to be able to complete what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Alright, made it back to Toy Story Land, heading all the way back to Alien Swirling Saucers, because I need to commit to a ride tonight and then head back to the front. Right now, Toy Story Mania is a 40-minute wait, and I don't currently see the end of the line for Slinky Dog Dash, which is generally a pretty good sign. Okay, so I came over to Slinky Dog Dash to see what the wait time was. It is 70 minutes right now, which it does not look like, but that generally implies that there's an excessive lightning lane line currently, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and head over to Alien Swirling Saucers, just to do my ride at Animal Kingdom, or at Hollywood Studios. All of this time that I've been walking around trying to decide what line to commit to is time that I could have reinvested into actually waiting in line, but there is a subtle strategy with this, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Alien Swirling Saucers is a 25-minute wait. Right now I can see the line way over there, which is not too terrible. Okay, so I'm in line for Alien Swirling Saucers right now. And there's the line. It's a little bit lengthy, but what matters is that there's no lightning lane at all currently. Okay, so I made it past the merge point for lightning lane and standby, so I should be in, not the next one, probably the one after that, in terms of how soon I'm going to be getting on Alien Swirling Saucers. Okay, so that ended up taking about 15 minutes, and I have about an hour until Animal Kingdom closes. I don't know if you can see that on my watch right there, but Animal Kingdom closes at 8 o'clock, Epcot and Hollywood Studios close at 9 o'clock, and then Magic Kingdom closes at 10 o'clock. Okay, so this is obviously not one of the Christmas versions, overlays of the ride that I did a couple months ago. It's one of the regular, but man, I wish I got to do with Brennan and her parents when they came last week. There's so much that I really wanted to do with them that we didn't get to do, but they still had such a good time, and hopefully we can do more of that in the future. Honestly, but now it's just going to be about trying to get back to the front of the park. I think I'm going to go through Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's part of the thing, it's everything just slingshot it around. So yeah, I'm going to go that direction. Through Galaxy's Edge, see what it looks like over Rise of the Resistance, and then head to the buses. Okay, so I just have to hope that the buses can get me to Animal Kingdom quickly. Comparatively, in terms of distance, Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios are not that far away from each other. It just depends when the bus gets here. Also, I have to remember to grab a map on the way out of the park. I keep coming close to forgetting to get a map, and then I remember at the last second, so I have to make sure I don't forget the reason that I'm doing this entire video. I'm walking through the marketplace right now because I consistently appreciate the details in here and just how quiet it is at certain times of the day. All right, I'm over by the Resistance portion of Galaxy's Edge here on Batuu, and it is a 90-minute wait for Rise of the Resistance, which is not that bad. It's pretty consistently been sitting around 2 hours for a wait time. There's not a lot of people in line. Right over here is pretty much where the line ends, but it really just depends on the individual lightning lane, just how long that line is. I feel reasonably okay on time making it over to Animal Kingdom at this point. It depends what ride I want to do, and I think that it's going to be Dinosaur. It sounds like a good ride. I am curious what the bus situation is going to be looking like to get over to Animal Kingdom, because I imagine not a lot of people are going to be going from Hollywood Studios to Animal Kingdom within an hour of it closing. So I'm going to be grabbing a park map right up here at the crossroads of the world, the entrance into Hollywood Studios. Hopefully they still have them out. When I got here earlier, they did have them covered up due to the weather, and it looks like they still are covered up, but that's where the maps are, so I'm going to go around the other side. And here it is, my Disney is Hollywood Studios park map with the Hollywood Tower Hotel ignited as a beacon of magic. I have one more map to collect after this at Animal Kingdom. Let's head to the buses. Passing by the Skyliner station, and the buses are just right on the other side of it. Hopefully I can catch the Animal Kingdom bus and not have to wait a significant amount of time for it to come back. Alright, I made it all the way to the very end, like the last station for the buses. And I'm heading to number 34 for Animal Kingdom. So these are all the different theme park buses right here. And so my bus has arrived. I am the only one currently on it. Heading off to Animal Kingdom, which hopefully I can make it there within the next half an hour. Hopefully I should be pretty good on time. I've almost made it to Animal Kingdom way over there. Looks like it's the backside of, I believe, Avatar, the show building, because the River Journey and Flight of Passage share the same show building. There's a lot of alliteration in the show, so I'm pulling into the bus depot right now. Alright, so I have about 15 minutes to make it into the park and then all the way back to Dinoland USA to ride Dinosaurs, my final ride of the night. Alright, I walked as quickly as possible to the entrance of Animal Kingdom. I'm heading inside all the way back to Dinosaur. Whew, I am turning 30 this year, I'm getting tired. Okay, I currently have less than 10 minutes to make it all the way over to Dinoland USA, so wish me luck. Right now the Tree of Life is igniting as a beacon of magic, but I do not have time to watch that. I am coming to the last minute here. Look how quiet it is over here heading to Dinosaur. Is it possible to get my own dinosaur car? That would be really neat. I really have less than 5 minutes to make it back to Dinosaur. I am cutting it so close right now, but I think I'm okay. And here I am back at Dinosaur. There's nobody else here whatsoever. This is a little bit awkward. Yep, there's nobody else in this building right now that I can tell. This is great. Let's ride Dinosaur. Oh, I am 100% going to be all by myself right now. That is kind of terrifying, actually.
Listen up. We've got to get in, grab the iguanodon, and get out before that asteroid hits.
Literally, I am completely by myself right now. Riding this alone, I don't like that.
Computer, what are you tracking?
Styracosaurus.
Not our dino.
Oleramus. Hadrosaur.
Identified.
Carnotaurus.
Definitely not our dino. Go, go, go!
Sauropod.
Still not our dino, but at least this one's a vegetarian. Computer, what's happening?
Loss of traction.
Four-wheel drive, move it! Computer, now what?
Carnotaurus.
Go away! I don't like
Abort mission!
Iguanodon.
Forget about him!
Get them out now!
Yes!
Asteroid impact.
They're not gonna make it! They're not gonna make it!
Oh my god! Okay, so I was the very final guest to ride Dinosaur tonight. They put these here to taunt me. Hello there, little friend. That was traumatizing. So I was the only one in the pre-show, and then I went down to the room to ride Dinosaur, and I rode it alone, and nobody else was behind me. So I'm presuming that I was the very final person because I literally got in line about a minute or two before the park closed. Okay, so now to head back to the front of the park to try to decide how I want to get back to my car at Magic Kingdom. You'd think the most logical way to get back would be to take a bus from Animal Kingdom to Magic Kingdom, but that drops off at the bus depot at the very front of the park, and I'd have to take a monorail to get back to my car, and right now Disney Enchantment's going on, so that would be pretty problematic to deal with those crowds to get back to my car. It sounds counterproductive, but I think what I might do is take the bus back to Epcot and then take the Epcot monorail back to the Transportation and Ticket Center. Mostly because just the exit crowds of Magic Kingdom are pretty rough after the fireworks end, and Epcot's fireworks don't happen for about another 45 minutes. But I still have one final stop to make before heading back to the buses, which is going to be to grab a park map for Animal Kingdom. To be honest, it might just depend what bus is there first. If there's a very long line for Magic Kingdom and the Epcot bus shows up, then I'll definitely hop on the Epcot bus. But if the Magic Kingdom bus shows up and I can hop on it, then I might just take it. But the moment of truth has finally come, which is going to be pretty hard to see because it is very dark, but there it is. My final park map of my adventure today, Animal Kingdom's Tree of Life, illuminated as a beacon of magic. I did it. I got all 4 park maps at every single Walt Disney World park today for the 50th anniversary. Alright, I've almost made it back to the buses. I definitely thought about driving today, but taking Disney transportation just sounded a little bit more fun. Alright, it looks like an Epcot bus is here right now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and head over to Epcot. Literally, that was perfect timing. I got on the bus and she closed the door, so I'm heading back to Epcot and then take the monorail back to my car in Magic Kingdom. Alright, here we are pulling into Epcot. The fireworks started in about half an hour, but I am not watching those tonight. I am heading back to my car because I am tired. Hopefully there won't be too much of a line for the monorail. Again, given that the fireworks haven't happened and the park isn't closed yet here at Epcot. Okay, so here I am taking the monorail. One of them just pulled into the station right up here. The Rainbow Connection is playing behind me on Spaceship Earth. I don't know if I'm gonna make it on this one. I really hope so. All right, so I just barely missed them closing the doors for the monorail back to the TTC, but I'll be catching the next one here hopefully in just a few minutes. All right, well that did not take very long whatsoever. We're gonna be in the 50th. Okay, so my camera died, but I am on my way back to the Transportation and Ticket Center. Hooray, what a long but exciting day today. There's the ticketing toll entrance right there. The park is still open for about another hour. So my car is somewhere way down there. I'm almost there. Yay! Those are some intense lines for the tram, so I am definitely going to be walking back to the car. Alright, and I've made it back to the Transportation and Ticket Center, heading back to the car. My battery keeps dying, but look at what I accomplished today. Look at all of my maps. Hooray! Okay, going to transition over my phone, I think. I don't know if you can see that, but it is raining right now, so as far as timing, that worked out really well. I am back at the parking lots, back at my car, about to head back home. That was such a phenomenal day. I have not gone to all 4 parks in such a long time. The closest that I've gotten recently was when I went to go see all of the golden statues at Epcot and Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom, but I haven't done all 4 parks in a while. And then to just come to the parks to get all the park maps and to ride a ride at each park, it was great. I haven't done that in a while, and that's one of my favorite aspects of what I do on YouTube is just having a good time and finding those combinations of what I find to be exciting and my pursuit of adventures when it comes to the theme parks. I don't know, I had a good time. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. It's really late and it's gonna rain probably all the way home. So I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.